Nipple this, bitch. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Top 5 Zombies video. In today's Top 5 video, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of zombies, a little bit of multiplayer, because today's Top 5 is the Top 5 assault rifles in Black Ops 3, and we're going to be comparing, how they perform in multiplayer, how they perform in zombies, how they perform all together as a whole, and we're going to do the top 5 assault rifles. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this list. Now, coming in at number 5 is the M8A7, the reincarnation of the M8A1 from Black Ops 2. It pretty much, as far as I can tell, performs exactly the same, although I never really did use this gun in Black Ops 2 much, because I only played zombies. Now I play a little bit of both multiplayer and zombies, and what I can say about this gun, while it's not my go-to gun for multiplayer, if you get something like high caliber and FMJ on this, and aim for headshots, it is always a one-hit kill on the headshots, and typically it's a two-burst kill on the body, and then something like rapid fire makes it, that burst happen just that much faster. And in zombies, it's a lot the same. This gun has a ton of ammo. It's available off the wall anytime you want it on any map. And like I say, it's got a ton of ammo, but its damage is why I would recommend it, because it has a lot of damage for a wall gun, probably one of the top as far as damage for wall guns go, and because it burst fires, it makes it really easy to aim for those headshots. And I mean, clear up until, I don't know, round 17, 18, you can still pop their heads off, especially if you pair this gun with something like double tap. You get double tap 2.0 and pack-a-punch it, and you're probably good to use this gun clear up to around 23, 25, and, around abouts there is when it's going to start to die down a little bit on its effectiveness to pop off their heads. So, if you're going for headshots in zombies or multiplayer, this gun is just, it's tops. I'm not a huge fan of it simply because I don't like burst fire weapons. And because it's not automatic, where you can't just hold down the trigger, you've got to continually tap it. But if you can overcome that and get used to it, this gun will rip through some shit. Again, whether you're on multiplayer or zombies, it'll pop people's heads right the fuck off. And that is our number 5 spot, the M8A7. Now, coming in at our number 4 spot is going to be the OWar. Now, the reason this is only number 4 and it's so low on the list, honestly, it's pretty comparable to the next two guns above it on the list, but it's lower on the list for a variety of reasons. So we'll start off in multiplayer. As you can see right there in the gameplay, I have a habit of reloading my gun constantly after every couple of shots, and its reload time for me is kind of slow. Overall, I'm not a huge fan, of the looks of this gun, and its rate of fire is also pretty slow. However, it has a nice ammo capacity, as you would expect from an assault rifle, and it has a lot of damage. And again, just like the M8A7, and with most assault rifles, if you pair this with high caliber and aim for headshots, it's going to be a 1 or 2 shot kill always. So I would recommend the OWar, for multiplayer for assault rifles. It's not as good as the couple of guns that are above it on the list. Now, for zombies, the reason it's so low is because this is never on any map a wall buy. It can only be obtained from the mystery box. And as you can see in the game right here, it's round 19 and I'm using it, and that's because it took me 19 rounds to finally pull this from the mystery box for this video. But as you can see on round 19, without double tap and without pack-a-punching it and aiming for headshots, I'm still able to camp and just pop their heads right off. So its damage is really nice. It's got a fair amount of ammo, but again, as you can see, I have a bad habit of reloading all the time, and that reload speed, it can get you caught up in both multiplayer and zombies. Of course, you can get fast mags to combat that, and I haven't unlocked it yet with this gun, primarily because it's not a wall gun, it's a mystery box gun, so I don't hardly ever, get the opportunity to play with this gun for a whole game. But nonetheless, it's a pretty good gun, and that is the OWar, our number 4 spot. Now, I absolutely hated to put the HBK30 as only number 3 because for whatever reason, and maybe it's just the way that it looks, I don't know, or its name, something, I really like this gun, I'm really partial to this gun, but the reason it's coming in at only number 3 is because for whatever reason, this gun, comparably to the other assault rifles, feels really heavy in my hands. I feel like I run slower with it, I feel like I move slower with it. Definitely without stock, I can hardly move at all while I'm aiming down the sights. But that's a problem with all assault rifles. Its ammo capacity is not very good, and its rate of fire it's pretty good, but it could be faster. And the other 2 guns above it on the list are faster rates of fire. However, again, it's got a fairly good amount of damage that it does, and if you pair it with the right attachments, it'll always get you a 1 or 2 shot kill on the headshot in multiplayer. But like I say, for me, it just feels a little bit too heavy, too bulky, and I move slow with it. Compare that with the little bit lower rate of fire than some of the other guns, and it's not my favorite, but again, I am partial to it for whatever reasons. And here you can see me using it in zombies on round 20 without double tap and without pack-a-punch, and again, still able to camp, go for headshots and pop their heads right off. It does have a pretty fast reload speed, although I think I have fast mags on it, but reload speed for this gun has never been a problem for me. And that's what puts it over the Man of War, is that its reload speed is better. Aesthetically, I like the way it looks better. And I think its rate of fire is equal to the Man of War, maybe a little bit faster, but its ammo capacity is way lower. But so there you have it. There's the HBK30, our number 3 spot on this list. And coming in at the number 2 spot is a gun I absolutely love. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I just love using this gun. It is the ICR. Depending on what maps you're playing on zombies, it is a wall buy, which means it's always available. But in multiplayer, this gun is just awesome. There's only one assault rifle I enjoy using more than the ICR. It's got a nice ammo capacity. It's got a nice rate of fire. It's got, good damage, right up there at the top for assault rifles on damage. And I guess maybe its ammo capacity isn't very good. It's the same as the HBK30, but I like the gun. I think the reload speed is fine on it. I think it's pretty accurate. There's not a lot of recoil. Again, just like with all the assault rifles, with the right attachments, it's always going to get you a 1 or 2 shot kill on the headshots. And moving on into zombies, like I say, this gun can be a wall guy or a wall buy depending on which map you're playing. And so that makes it always available. Maybe it doesn't have the greatest ammo capacity, but it does have a really nice rate of fire and a really fast reload speed. Aesthetically, it looks good. And, just like with all assault rifles, you move slower with it if you don't have stock attached, but it doesn't feel heavy and bulky in my hands the way the HBK30 does, and the way sometimes the Man of War does. Now, maybe that's just me being crazy, and that's not really a thing, but for me, that's how it feels. As you can see in the gameplay, round 17, without double tap, without pack-a-punch, I'm able to hold them off pretty good. Even was able to use it to do quite a considerable amount of damage on a Panzer. Overall, I think this gun's pretty good. For me, there's only one assault rifle that I consider to be better than the ICR, and that will be our number 1 spot. Now, I have not included any DLC weapons in this list, primarily because those are only really for multiplayer, and because, well, I don't have them because I don't spend money on supply drops. But, at any rate, our number 2 spot goes to the ICR, and I'd be hard-pressed to think there's much of an argument to that, honestly. Now, I know you guys already know what the number 1 spot is. I know you've already figured it out probably before you clicked on this video, because it is hands down, there is no argument to this whatsoever. The KN-44 is hands down the best assault rifle in the game. There's just no argument to that whatsoever. Its rate of fire is about the fastest out of any assault rifle. Its reload speed is about the fastest out of any assault rifle. Its damage is significant. No recoil at all, I don't feel like. It's super straight on the target, right on the mark. You know, its rate of fire is so good that you can actually, when you're coming around corners, you can hip fire it just like you're using an SMG. But you can also go for those nice long shots and pair it with, you know, a scope or something and go for long shots with it. So to me, it's probably not just the best assault rifle, but maybe the best gun in the game. Aside from, you know, DLC weapons, like, which I said we're not talking about on this list. And for zombies, the exact same thing rings true. It's the best, hands down, probably the best gun you can get. It's always a wall buy in every single map. You know, best rate of fire, best reload speed, best recoil, you know, best damage. It's just the shit all the way around. But that's our number one spot, the KN-44, and that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll tell you what, if you wouldn't mind, in the comments section below, leave me some ideas for next week's top 5 and you know, the weeks after that. Let me know what videos you guys would like to see me do top 5s on. I do top 5s every single weekend. So let me know what you guys would enjoy seeing, what you guys would enjoy watching, and I will do my best to read every comment and make sure that that happens. But until my next video, I'll see you. Bye.